Alrighty y'all, welcome back to the channel. Ignore my somewhat red eye, but in today's video, we're going to be going over my top 10 regular show episodes. I did this video 2 years ago. I think it was 2021. Was it? I don't know, whatever. The beginning of 2021, 2022, either 2 or 3 years ago. I thought it was horrible, horribly edited. It was a piece of shit video. And I was like, I'm doing this all the way over. I'm gonna break it down and I'm gonna keep the list because the list it hasn't changed. I just had to do that over because I hated it. And I found myself recently rewatching regular show from start to finish, and I wonder if my list is the same. I mean, it stayed the exact same, but I just felt like redoing this whole video. So here we are. I don't really know what else to say. It's a top 10 regular show episodes list, and I'm gonna do honorable mentions first. The honorable mentions list could have been 30 episodes long. I'm probably gonna get killed for not including Mordecai and the Rigby's anywhere in here. It's not even in the honorable mentions, even though it definitely could have been, but it is what it is. We're about to start with the honorable mentions, then we're gonna get to that top 10. I hope you all enjoy the video.
Pops, give me some sugar.
Not just for being the best staff I've worked with, but also being the best friends I could ask for. Because of you, every day I come into work, I feel like a true winner. Thank you.
Don't worry, it's just me!
Nikolai!
Oh, I guess Nikolai is his real name.
But we knew him as Thomas first.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Thomas!
For every meat burrito.
Oh, who unleashed the destroyer of worlds? Good show!
Oh, look, the sun is rising. Thank you all.
До свидания, Nikolai. You'll always be Thomas to us.
Starting off at number 10, we have Grilled Cheese Deluxe. This episode is essentially Mordecai and Rigby going to get a sandwich for Benson because Rigby told the worst lie I have ever heard in the history of humankind.
What? Don't worry. I'll take care of this with my specialty. This isn't your sandwich. This is our sandwich.
This is your sandwich, huh? Then how come it says Benson on the bag?
Huh? It's supposed to say Rigby, but they misspelled my name wrong.
Stop lying!
So after Benson understandably gets very mad, Mordecai and Rigby have to go get him a sandwich, and of course, they can't just get the sandwich and come back to the park. They lie that they're astronauts, get into this big huggabaloo about going around this astronaut place, and they have to save the world because they fucked up even more by messing with somebody's dark matter, whatever, compactor thing. It was genuinely one of the funniest episodes in the entire series. The premise is simple, and it turns into this big catastrophic mess, which is what the first 3 seasons of regular show do very, very, very well. Seasons 4 through 8, yeah, it turns into a thing where it's like, oh, I didn't expect that. But seasons 1 through 3 really nailed doing that. And this is one of the best episodes at doing that.
Don't get too close now, Pop.
Up next at number 9, it is the Brilliant Century Duck Crisis Special. The 100th episode of regular show, and the one with the anime opening. So in this episode, Mordecai and Rigby are tasked with taking care of a cassowary problem, which I can tell you in real life, never, ever, ever fuck with those birds. They will kill you if they are provoked, I promise. Now, the startup to this episode is Mordecai and Rigby watching a Carter and Brick special where they feel like Carter and Brick sold out for toy rights and all that other stuff. So, Playco, the company in this episode, want to sell Mordecai and Rigby toys. Mordecai and Rigby hate the toys, and this is a comeback, not really, more like a shot in real life to the real regular show toys that they made, which were absolutely horrendous, mind you. God, they were terrible. So this episode was made because of that, and they have to fight these cassowaries and giant robot anime style mecha battle, and it was amazing, and it was fantastic. The action was great, the robot was great, the humor was great, the story was great. Everything about it was just great. And at the end, they just completely decimated the earth. Dinosaurs 2.0. Everyone was wiped out. Everything is gone. It was amazing. It was a fun little episode to watch. Nice little, you know, homage to anime. And it was honestly just great episode all around. Up next, we have Terror Tales of the Park 3. I feel like this Terror Tales of the Park is the best combination of the 3 stories. They're all either funny or scary. And when it comes to the regular show Halloween specials, yes, comedy is one of regular show's strongest points, but it is a Halloween special, so you also have to be a bit scary. And I feel like these 3 stories do it all the best. Either they're funny or actually scary or a nice combination of both. I feel like they have the strongest ones. It was either this or number 1. So it was either going to be Terror Tales of the Park 3 or number 1. But I felt like number 1 had lower lows than this one did. Now, number 1 had the incredible story where Rigby gets turned into a house, and that was probably the best story they've ever told out of all of these Halloween specials, without a doubt. But it also had the weak muscle man story of the Crash Pit one, which it was pretty funny.
You ever seen a goat?
Yeah, I've seen a goat. I want to see you guys crash your RV into the...
Help! This music sucks!
But I not really the best. I kind of get bored. And then it also had the Scary Doll one, which is also pretty good, but it's just, you know, pretty good. This one starts off with everybody telling their stories, and whoever gets the worst one has to stay in their Halloween costume until Thanksgiving dinner. Thomas!
And whoever tells the lamest story has to wear their costume till Thanksgiving dinner. Thomas!
You got a cold, muscle man?
So the 3 stories that are told in this one is Rigby, a serial killer, has been turned into a bed, which is the weakest story, but I think it's still better than Terror Tales of the Park weakest story, which I said was the Muscle Man Crash Pit one. And then up next, it has Muscle Man telling a story of how a killer pumpkin scarecrow goes out and kills the boys, which is one of the best ones in my opinion, and one of the funniest in my personal opinion. They were all just so ready to dip on each other. I understand the whole running for your life thing, but they all typically stick together. In this episode, there was a specific moment where Rigby screams for Mordecai, and Mordecai was ready to dip. He was about to leave Rigby.
Mordecai! Where are you?
Not the face!
Muscle Man and high fives. I thought it was hilarious. And then the finale, Jebediah Townhouse. Honestly, the second best story they ever told in these Halloween specials, behind Rigby and the Turn Into a House one. I think it's just an amazing trifecta of stories. And in terms of being somewhat scary, but not too scary in terms of like scaring the shit out of children who watch this show, I think it does a pretty good job. I think kids would be scared of the pumpkin one. And Jebediah Townhouse, it's not scary, it's kind of funny, but I could definitely still see how people would get terrified of that. If I was a kid, or if I was in that situation, oh, good lord, I'm shitting my pants. But I feel like this is the strongest one in terms of humor, scary a little bit, but not too scary for kids, and just overall, the premise and the setup is also really good. Now, the premise is just, hey, tell a scary story, but how we get there is the best. Swinging in at 7 is probably one of the most memorable episodes in regular show history, Fuzzy Dice. Obviously, this episode is memorable for the animatronic band that was just absolutely lighting shit up on those docks, and when they got lit up by the cops. So yeah, this is that episode. So the premise of this episode is that the park crew have no idea what to get Pops for his birthday, and he comes in and says, I'd like a pair of fuzzy dice from the Fun Fun Zone. That was a horrible Pops impersonation, but we'll get better as the video goes on. And that's it. They have to go get Pops these fuzzy dice, and coincidentally enough, the fuzzy dice have diamonds in them. The diamonds, or at least the search for the diamonds, went up the night that they came to get the fuzzy dice. Coincidence? Of course it is. So, now they're in a big old chase for these fuzzy dice, and honestly, the story is cool. It's easy to follow for everybody. Most stories in regular show are. It is a hilarious, and I mean hilarious, episode from start to finish.
What is it, man? Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right, bad news, everybody. We're gonna have to win some tickets if we're gonna get those dice.
Yeah, we were right here the whole time.
To line up, and when the balls drop, when the game starts.
It has regular show action. It has the park crew doing what they do best. You know, all coming together to help out another member of the crew. Just another episode where they really show the bondness of them. Everybody heard Pops wanted some fuzzy dice, and everybody was just instantly on board. I mean, they hated the idea of going to the fun zone, but everybody was instantly on board. And honestly, it's one of my favorite episodes in the whole series, hence why it's on this list. Next up is the series finale, a regular epic final battle. This right here is how you do a series finale. I wish it could have been an hour long. I feel like half an hour isn't really long enough to give a show like regular show the finale it deserves. It definitely could have been an hour, much like how I feel Adventure Time's finale should have been. Anyway, we're talking about the episode here. This is probably one of the best finales I've ever seen in a cartoon. It wrapped up so many things beautifully, so many characters. Pretty much all the characters got an amazing send-off. We got to see what they were like as adults 25 years later. Well, more mature adults. You know what? Maybe not more mature, just older adults. Pops got the emotional death. I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning of the episode, I thought I was being pranked because me and my brother were watching it on an iPad, and it set to power, and I was like, I picked the finale, right? And we refreshed the page twice. Little did we know all we had to do was wait 30 seconds and we would have gotten the finale, but amazing finale that wraps up everybody's stories beautifully. One of the most emotional finales. That montage at the end, oh my God. You know for a fact you're witnessing the end of a journey for so many people, and whenever this show first aired in 2010, I was 10 years old, and by the time it ended, I was a junior in high school. So it definitely is a show that I literally grew up with, and I absolutely loved this finale, and it was absolutely beautiful. Wouldn't change a thing about it, except making it 30 minutes longer. But absolutely S-tier finale. I love this episode, and I love regular show so much.
You know, I've always wanted to date a girl named The Power.
The Power?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
To this day, I am still so mad that they broke this keyboard in the first episode and never brought it back. I know it was broken, and it's been broken in other episodes, and in the full-grown geese episode, it's there as like a power-up for the ducks, but I just wish they had brought it back, you know, instead of the finale, which is, okay, yes, I got what I wanted, but I wish they brought it back sooner, because that thing was OP as hell. God damn. But anyway, season 1, episode 1, I was hooked. This episode hooked me on the regular show from the moment I saw it, and I knew I was going to absolutely love this show. First episode does everything right. Introduces you to Mordecai and Rigby. Introduces you to Benson, Pops, Skips. The humor of the show. The off-the-wall insane shit direction the level of the show can go to. It's peak regular show, in all honesty. It's, if I wanted to show anybody 10 regular show episodes, obviously I'd show them this on the list, but I would definitely show them one of these. They'd be like, oh, what's regular show all about? Let me show you. Boom. And then they would go, damn, what's that? Oh, that shit was amazing. Is that the whole series? I'm like, yes, brother. That is episode 1. Shit starts to fall off after season 5, but you know what? Enjoy the ride. It's here. Pow is genuinely just one of the best episodes of regular show. I enjoy it. Hilarious. Good story. Hilarious. 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 Grave Sites, baby! Number 4, we have Grave Sites, which is, again, I say this a lot, but it's one of the funniest episodes in the entirety of regular show. So Mordecai and Rigby come up with the idea to host a scary movie night at the old abandoned cemetery, and the reward, if it goes good, is a paid day off.
What?
And that was it. That was literally all the motivation Mordecai and Rigby needed. They wanted to get paid those $3 to do nothing and play video games all day, and I can't hate. So everything goes down, blah, blah, blah. They get the shit to the abandoned cemetery. Stuff happens. Regular show stuff happens. Next thing you know, they're fighting zombies. And the last 5 minutes of the episode is just Mordecai, Rigby, Pops, Skips, and Muscle Man. Well, not really Pops. He was more scared. Muscle Man and High Five Ghost. Fighting zombies, fighting off the zombies. The jokes are funny. The story is fine. It's fun. It's a nice little premise that could have went anywhere. And quite personally, Muscle Man, his sheer disdain for not doing a sports tournament is another thing that just cracks me the fuck up about this episode. It was an early episode, so it resonates a lot to me. It reminds me of like a simpler and younger time. And honestly, I just remember watching this episode so much as a kid, middle schooler. Honestly, just one of my favorite regular show episodes ever. I love it. Up next, we have the most emotional episode, I believe, besides the finale in the entirety of regular show. You have Skips' story. Now, throughout the entirety of regular show, Skips' backstory has been shrouded in mystery. You got little bits and pieces, you got little hints here and there, and the most you got was the episode where Mordecai Rigby broke Margaret's diary, and he told us the reason why he skips was because of the girl he loved and the girl that he lost, so he skips every day to remember her. And that was the most we got. And this story episode right here fully dives into that. Skips has always been one of my favorite characters in the entire show. So, regular show dropping this 30-minute special, just the backstory of Skips, and it was great because, you know, throughout the years you got that he was friends with Samson. He works at the park since the 1700s, and you got the little skipping thing, but this right here opens up why he truly skips all the time. And the backstory is, back in school he was a troublemaker, he was a fighter, he was a scrapper, and he befriended the magical elements, which is basically Gary and the guardians of god damn it, I forgot their fucking names, the giant babies, but we know who I'm talking about. And Clorgbane is there, and nobody is testing him except for Skips, because Skips never walks away from a jerk. But at the same time, he's dating this girl, or wants to date this girl named Mona, and Mona doesn't like fighting. And she says, "Oh, Skips, I can't be with a guy who fights." Skips ain't no bitch. So Skips is kind of at a crossroads here. Does he fight Clorgbane, or does he just stick with Mona? And he sticks with Mona, and, you know, montage ensues. You really see how close they get. And you know where the story's going, but how we get there, you just want to see how we get there. And yeah, the fight happens. Skip tries to hide it, and debris and a piece of the ceiling falls on Mona, and she's dead, man. She's gone. And Skips is broken up for a few years. He said he had a few rough years after that. And then they said Clorgbane will come back to Earth every 157 years, or I think it's 157. And Skips is like, "Dude, I'll be immortal, man." And they ask him, "What's your name gonna be?" And he goes, "Skips." And right before he picks, he thinks about all the times he used to skip with Mona, and it was great, man. It had everything I could have wanted in a Skips backstory. It has humor, it has action, it has emotional storytelling, and I just love it, man. Genuinely, I couldn't. This wasn't going to be in the top 3. No matter how many times I rearranged this list, no matter how many times I remade 1, 2, and 3, or 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, this was never leaving the top 3. Honestly, I love this episode to pieces. And oh man, I think it's the best half-hour special they have. That's why it's up here. Genuinely, I think it's the best half-hour special they do in the entirety of the show. Skips' story is one of my favorite episodes, hands down a banger. I won't let anybody tell me anything differently. Number 2 is the season 2 finale of regular show, karaoke video. One of the most iconic episodes with one of the most iconic scenes. This is the episode with the big fight, where Skips gets so mad he doesn't even skip. But Mordecai and Rigby, after a night out at karaoke, ask for a VHS tape of what they just did. And little did they know, they were trashing the fuck out of all of their friends. So they destroy the tape, and they say no one can see this. But they come in at the last second to hear that last sentence. They see the DVD case, or VHS case, and they go, "Yeah, let's go to karaoke." So now Mordecai and Rigby have to find a way to prevent this video from being shown to their friends, or their friends are going to hate them forever. That's what they said. Their words, not mine.
Man, we're totally dead.
Dead? Dude, they're gonna hate us forever.
So now they have to try to do that. So they go back to the karaoke place. They get kicked out. They get banned. And now this is where the shit gets complicated. So they have to sneak in. They have to destroy the tape. And in the middle of all of that, they cause a huge brawl. And it is amazing. Hilarious episode. It has one of my favorite lines that I still say to this day. the whole, where'd you put it? The tape. Oh yeah, I put it in the fridge. Oh yeah, to keep the tape as cool as we were last night. That I genuinely say that tape is whatever last night. I say that shit all the time. Even if I don't have shit to put in the fridge, I still say it to this day. Oh my goodness, I love this episode so much. I wish I could play the music. Oh man, first off, let me tell y'all something. I can't play Footloose for obvious reasons. Obviously, and I'm damn sure not playing Twisted Sister, so you guys are just gonna have to take my credit for it. You're gonna take my word. It's a good songs, good bangers. Pops, whew, Angel, #1 peak regular show. Excellent is, in my opinion, the perfect regular show episode. It's funny.
I'm crying to me, cause I ain't sharing.
Yeah, but...
Shababoo!
But...
Sleepy boo!
It has a emotional story.
Where are you going?
Back to the restaurant.
Why?
Because I made a promise to Rigby and I'm gonna keep it. That's what friends do for each other.
It has the park crew all coming together like a family for one cause, one person, which I really do enjoy. They do a great job over the season showing just how close these guys are. And this is just another great example of how close they are. And it's a brother bonding moment of Mordecai and Rigby. Mordecai doing anything for his brother Rigby. So, in this, they see a commercial for the excellent challenge. 12 egg omelet with chili cheese, 2 biscuits, a bowl of fruit, and a glass of water, all finished in under an hour. And then you get a Nat hat, a trucker hat. They wear it all the time. So, Rigby is allergic to eggs, which I will harp on later. And he goes into a coma. Mordecai punches Benson for running his fucking mouth at the wrong time.
Well, I hope you've learned something from all this.
What?
Maybe if you'd been working like you were supposed to, none of this would have happened.
Even though Benson wasn't wrong, it just wasn't the right place to do that. So, they all work together to help Mordecai and work him up to eating these 12 eggs. Mordecai eats the 12 eggs, gets Rigby the hat, boom. Episode over. This episode is great. Like I said, it has a lot of jokes that... It's kind of a serious episode. Kind of more serious than most regular show episodes really get, but... You get childish Rigby without being absolute dickhead Rigby, which is my favorite Rigby in the early seasons. And honestly, it's just one of my favorite episodes, the favorite episode that I have. And my only gripe, and I mean my only gripe with this episode, why did Rigby eat the eggs knowing he was allergic? And how did Mordecai not know Rigby was allergic to eggs? These two have been friends since kids, like 5 years old. You're telling me Mordecai has never been over to Rigby's house and vice versa. And Mordecai, you're telling me Mordecai's mother, we all know Mordecai's mom. You're telling me Mordecai's mother never once gave Rigby eggs and found out that he was allergic and then was like, oh, well, I can't give Rigby these anytime he comes over. Yeah, that's my only gripe. They've been friends for over 2 decades, and Mordecai supposedly didn't know that Rigby was allergic to eggs. That is the only gripe, complaint, negative I have about this episode, and it drives me insane. I don't know, man. It's just me. I'll know my friend for 20 years, and I'll know what he's allergic to. And Jesus Christ, it's just kind of weird, right? Like, how'd you not know he wasn't supposed to eat eggs, Mordecai? But anyway. Other than that, perfect regular show episode. My favorite regular show episode of all time. I fucking love this episode and I fucking love this show.